Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm Rex on the Kryptic channel. I'm here joined by Toni, Jane, and of course myself. Okay, today we're doing Valorant tier maker. We're doing a tier list to put our favorite agents where they should be, or where we think they should be. So let's go. Have fun. First of all, the main man breach. See, I have a love-hate relationship with this guy because personally, he was one of my first mains coming onto the game, and I love the guy. I mean, you know, flashes, you know, tremors. It can settle for a team, or you can go on a solo run. And personally, I was playing solo. I think he can go to A. He's not quite super busted, but I think he's busted enough to go to A now. I don't know how my counterparts feel about this, but personally, I'm saying he's an A guy.
I would say that I cannot tell the difference between the first two, which to me means that they're decent, to be honest. They're like, they have no impact on a round. I don't notice if they're there.
Really?
They're not, they don't even look the same.
Toni, please back me up here,
boring.
please.
They're boring.
Please.
They don't have the wow factor that I'm looking for.
Okay. I kind of have to disagree with you don't need the team though, because usually the way the flashes of breach work, you need your team to swing the corner because you don't have the time to flash and swing the corner yourself. I, for those two reasons, have put him like low B tier, high C tier.
Serious? Wow. Seriously? Considering how like Lotus and Ascent are very much like the forefront, and he basically covers a whole map. If he's on it, let's be real.
We can put him in B tier, it's fine, but I don't think he's A tier. Not gonna lie.
Okay, I mean I can understand.
I can compromise on my morals and say B. B can work. I mean, again, still no clue who he is, so B.
You know, like I said, I've got a love-hate relationship with this guy because most of the time he worked for me, but sometimes it went wrong. So maybe I'm just fighting my corner here. But
he has his clear strength. I fully agree. He has his clear strength, but I feel like that he just he's not that self-sufficient for me, or not self-sufficient enough for me to put him in A tier.
Okay, so we agree on B?
B, yeah. I think his huge downside is that he does not have a way to regenerate his smokes. Once you've committed all your 3 smokes, he's out of smoke utilities. His stimmy is completely busted, specifically in like any kind of like hard team pushes. Whatever side you push, there's just basically 5 men turn into neon.
Yeah, Lotus is broken.
The molly is kind of meh. The ult is very strong, but only on specific sites and only as a counter, specifically to Killjoy. So I have put him in low B tier, high C tier as well. He has one advantage though, and that is that his smokes are the only smokes in the game that blind you inside the smokes.
That is very true.
Compared to other smoke in the game, Omen, Viper, we're gonna talk about them later. Astra is the same. That's the only huge strength that he has, but I feel like the downside of like not having regenerative smokes is just too much of a downside for me.
This is when you learn something new every day, because I don't know that. honestly, it's a learning lesson every day. You know what? I actually don't mind this guy because he's got the smokes. I like the fact that he can just. I also like the way that he goes, Molly. So that for me.
Yeah, that's a plus. That's a plus.
That for me puts him in a C instead of a D.
I'm speaking what you're thinking, that's what I'm saying. But no, I agree. I mean, he's definitely a B. I personally feel there's stronger smokes now within the game. So I think definitely he's a high B for me rather than a low, but he's a B, definitely.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'll go with those. Those two are the ones I just care about the least. They look identical.
I mean, to be fair, from a design point, I don't understand how Riot Games can like make 2 identical looking guys and name them breach.
It was terrible. Mr. Cypher.
So with Cypher, now here's the thing. Being a R6 person, I do quite enjoy a bit of Cypher because the fact that you have a camera in a game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that makes sense.
That makes me happy. And also the fact that he's got a really long, I think compared to some of the other people, if you walk like 3 steps away, the gadget just has to go. This one, you can be on the other side. I like that, especially for the 3 map sites. So I just chuck one of those in middle floor. And I also have to say, an absolute plus for me is how his head looks when he doesn't have the hats on. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like a wrinkly little raisin. I love it. He's an S tier, straight up S tier for that. Wrinkly raisin is an S.
Aesthetics S tier.
I actually do not disagree with you. He's the only agent that is left in the game with global utility. Everyone else got nerfed. Cypher trademarks got nerfed. Killjoy has a certain range. So he's the only agent to provide info across the map. Playing against a good Cypher is absolutely disgusting. If you have a good Cypher that is like able to vary his setups and you never know where his trips are or where he has set up his stuff, where he's sitting, he can lock down a site by himself. I'm fine with A tier.
Yeah, there we go. That was an easy one, but yeah. Maybe next time he'll be S tier on his looks, but not this one. Yeah, Jet. Oh, okay, now Jet for me, even though I don't play a lot of Jet, I feel is against a good Jet across any level of the game. I feel he's broken. He's broken now, so imagine before. I can only imagine before. The jump radius and height, the fact that the dash was even more, consistent. It's crazy to me. But personally, I think the fact that she can smoke as well, and then the knives. I mean, we've all played against a Jet that just runs at you and left and right, knifes you like one headshot, goes to the next, your whole team's wiped out. Let's not go into that. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna say hands down, Jet needs to be S because any comp she can fit in, I think personally, and you play a good one. It's crazy. That's one I've actually wrote down in S, and I'll fight to the ends to say against that. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, I have Jet as my highest rated A tier. I do not have her in S tier. The fact that her dash now has a timer on it that you have to pre-activate it and then only can dash out makes her for me not busted anymore. So she's not S tier.
Okay. Fair enough. That's a fair point.
First big thing, his smokes. He has rechargeable smokes and he has almost global smokes. He has global impact. He can play the other side of the map. There are certain parts on certain maps where you don't have the utility to smoke because there is a range on his smokes. He has the ability to like take angles that you do not expect with his teleport.
That's amazing.
And I feel like he has one of the strongest 1vx ults in the game.
Yeah.
A tier.
Only A.
I have one S tier. I have one S tier.
Oh, seriously, one. Wow.
You're really selling your case.
Yeah. Literally, I am so
Honestly.
surprised that you did not say S. But okay, I'm gonna agree with you. I do say it's A. And for me personally, I feel he's the best smoker in the game right now. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna touch him for a while.
I will actually also agree. That's where I put him purely because I do not have him unlocked. But he is one of the people I die to the most because he's the guy that teleports, right?
May I ask you a question? Yes. Do you hear this before you die? And then you die.
I get knifed and I'm dead.
Yeah, okay, she doesn't hear it, but it happens before you die. Teleport. Yeah, exactly.
No, I hear nothing. I hear nothing.
Best Omen voice line is just boo.
Exactly. That and the growl that I just did. Them two are the best. Wow. Yeah, I agree. That's fair.
Okay, I like it. Closer to the A.
So Phoenix, you have to run. Oh wow, you're not a fan?
The amount, maybe it's just with the kind of player base I'm in. The people that play Phoenix flash everyone on the team apart from the enemy. Everyone on the team is flashed, no one else is. And then I have to listen to the insane voice lines that come out of that man. And I can't be dealing with it. I cannot.
They are quite amazing. Only when it works. Only when it's working though. Only when it's working.
I hate Phoenix.
I mean, like, see, this is a difficult one again. This is a love and a hate again. You're gonna hear me say a lot of that today. I love and hate, and I have to always say that before I roast him. He's good on a good comp and a good player. So if someone, as you said, if someone knows how to make call outs, I'm going to flash, swing with me. Yeah, if you play a solo queue And you have these guys just saying, trying to just run around, shoot everyone, flash, everyone's frozen. Before you know, you're dead. And this guy is basically shot to, but then loses the whole round for everyone because you've got two sitting around the corner where everyone's flashed. Yeah, those players are not good. But on the other hand, I think he is a strong agent. He's not the strongest duelist for me by far. He's not, but he is very useful when played correctly. The fact that he can heal himself as well is crazy. But two ways by two of his utilities, crazy. And then
okay, I have one more argument to make. Let's figure out if Rex also mentions that, because then I have nothing left to say.
Okay. You probably will. You probably forget. But yeah, and then his ult, when used again correctly, it's crazy again, because you can literally wipe out a team if you have the drop on them and wipe them out and then return safely, even if you don't, to get the final kill. So I feel when used correctly, he's good. Would I put him in A? No. Do I think he's a low B? Yes. Because he's still viable, but not crazy.
Not
great. Maybe looking along the line, he might even drop. I'm not even going to lie, but for now, he's a low B from what I'm looking at. I'm not gonna lie. Very low.
I agree with everything you said. He has one of the strongest flashes in the game, if used correctly, which is a very important thing.
That's it, man.
Specifically, if you like start flashing behind yourself or flashing out, flashing low, those kind of things. He has the self heal, which is a very important factor, but for me, he has just this giant lack of mobility. If you compare it to every other duelist, he has zero mobility in his kit. So I have him B tier as well.
Yeah. Low B for me. Raise. No, Raise. I love a good Raise player. I put myself days upon days upon days of learning satchels, only for it to get nerfed, may I add, before I throw my case down. But
R.I.P. Roomba.
Exactly. But at the same time, if you still use the satchel as well, oh my gosh, is Raise deadly. And for me, one of my favorite duelists. Again, would I say she's the strongest? No, but very, 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 very viable for me. I mean, Aurora on utility is crazy. I mean, 1vx is crazy. If you can use your satchels that can combo into the ult, it can wipe out a whole team. I mean, I haven't yet. I've done 4Ks with it. I'm yet to do an ace. I'm still trying, but it's crazy. And with that, also we mentioned a lot of mobility. I mean, she's one of the most mobile. If you can use satchels correctly, she's deadly. And for me, that makes her a considerably a high A. I'm still far from S because she doesn't have any smokes.
Right. Do you want to go first or should I?
Go ahead.
Raze is my absolute baby. I love her. She is my main. She is the best operator for me. Maybe this is just a casual player. Oh yeah, sorry, agent. Yeah, agent. Even if you're a man down, you can still do something. My favorite thing is to use what's it called, the box that
boom box as well.
Boom box.
That's been nerfed, man, though, but that's still viable.
I don't use
that has been gutted.
Yeah. I never use it for the actual like boom. But I use it for the sound, so I'll do like a little sneaky sneak after. I love it. So she's an instant S tier for me. Absolute instant S tier. I absolutely love her. She's the best.
Toni?
I couldn't put her in B tier. It's a C tier for me.
Whoa! With all the rest of the users. Serious? Whoa!
What? Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
That one has shot me, Toni. I thought at least B for you. I'm not gonna lie. That has shot me. I'm not gonna lie. Whoa.
The Roomba is just useless. I'm sorry.
I am so hurt right now. You know what it sounds like? A skill issue.
I find it hard. No, don't. There ain't never a skill issue there. But like, I don't know. I mean, she's still so viable, man. Oh my word, I'm stumped for this one. I'm very rarely lost for words. You stumped me there, Mr. Toni. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, I'm still gonna have to fight the corner and say like, I don't know. At least a high B if she gets pushed down.
I have 5 with the B tier as well.
I cannot.
I can't because I'm gonna say that there is. I don't even know though.
How about a low A?
Willa. Oh, okay. So this is you. Toni. How do you feel? How do you feel about Sage?
Let me quickly check my notes.
Oh wow, you got notes.
Of course
I'm freestyling. I'm just going off how I feel from the heart, you know.
Yeah.
There we go.
Especially since the latest buffs, where her heal has been changed to only healing herself for 30 and her healing her teammate back up to 100, which you could have like 2 to 3 times per round, depending on how early you use it. The revive gives you a free trade. She has huge amounts of delay in combination with her wall and her slows behind it. And honestly, if you've ever played against a proper Grim Sage, it's the most disgusting thing you can play against. Like, she's sitting in angles where you don't expect people, because she's not only sitting there because she can get there, but she's sitting there because she can create terrain to be there. A tier for me. And also because she's one of the most straightforward agents to pick up.
Yeah, anyone that starts as Jansen, definitely egos. I see a lot of Sage. A lot.
Yeah, you know, I think there's definitely a well-deserved appreciation for Sage, because you come into the game, you're like, oh, it's healer time, and then you get Sage, and she's got nice big walls. We like walls here. Yes. Oh my God. Just put them right up. If you're done with the fighting, you're just like, bye. Just go.
Sorry.
We're not starting the barking memes here, are we?
I'm sorry. Yep. Walls.
We're not gonna go down the road.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Yes. Walls. Good walls. That's it.
Yeah.
Sage has walls with a W.
Yes. Oh my word. Yeah. Sage.
Yeah. I put her in an A. I put her in an A. She's not S for me, but she's an A.
Yeah, I agree. She has very good walls, and she for that reason she's an A. So, Mr. Sova. Wow, Sova. Now, another story. When I first played this game, I was horrendous with this guy. I was like, what are those? What are you talking about? Where are we shooting these? Like, I just didn't understand his dart. Like, what was the purpose? Like, what was its radius? How was it picking up people? Because I never could. But once you learn, and obviously I played the game longer, I got intel, I learned from other players. It's Toni as well, one of those. Sova is like, for me, I feel a high A, because his intel is crazy. Once he has intel, I feel he can take out people if obviously you have good intel and you can take out people with your ult. I mean, the shock darts for me, a lot of times I feel pointless, because I don't know, that's just my opinion. But on the fact he's intel with the dart to his ult, if used correctly, I feel he does a lot of damage. And for that, the fact that he covers such a big radius, I feel he's an A. Now, I said high. I don't think he's above Omen. Do I think he's above Cypher? For intel, probably. But the fact Cypher can do so much across a map, maybe not. So my big stuck. But do I feel he's an A for intel? That's where I'm at. Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting discussion. Sova is one of the hardest agents to master in this game.
Very true. One of
the hardest agents to get proper use out of his kit. Specifically after the drone nerfs, it's so hard to get proper value out of that owl drone. His ult is strong on specific parts of the map. It's strong against the Killjoy ult, yes.
I think early map.
It's like a straight up counter to Killjoy ult. But other than that,
who knows?
You know the phrase "easy to learn, hard to master." In my notes, I've written down "hard to pick up, even harder to master."
Wait, what did she put him as?
I had him in D tier.
D. You know, I would agree with that.
We have to make the separation here. If we're talking, are we talking solo queue? Are we talking pro play? We're talking solo queue here. And I have yet to see. I have over 2,000 hours in this game, and I have yet to see a second good Sova. I've seen one good Sova player.
Okay. Oh, okay. A D. I mean, I'd have to give him at least C, but I mean,
you can put him C. I'm fine with C as well, but I cannot put him B.
Fair.
I'd agree with that.
Okay, C is. So, Viper.
Oh, mommy time. other than Cypher, she's the only other agent with true global impact. If you drop your utility before whatever situation, if you drop your wall, if you drop your smoke, you can have global impact because it doesn't matter where you are. She has a reusable ball, which is like kind of a big deal, specifically if you consider how big the wall is. Not even considering the damage, the decay damage that the wall does. She has a movable smoke, so it's kind of multi-use smoke. And one of the strongest post plans in the game.
Oh wow, yes.
Okay, this is the buy round. Then we throw in her ult in an eco round, which locks down the side with 2 people, 2 buckies, and her ult should lock down any side in the game. A tier.
I agree.
You know, I mean, I not only speak for myself, I also have to speak for the person that unfortunately couldn't be here today, Morv, who is a Viper main. So I completely will agree with all the points made. In fact, I would be so bold as to push her towards S-Tier because of Morv. It's a little shout out to Morv there. But I would say she's an amazing player. I mean, I think she's great. 10 out of 10.
I mean, the strongest as a controller, I mean, she does everything you want and more.
Yeah.
After, as everyone said, I mean, the fact you can just play it and you can just literally just kind of like shift slowly around and just pick people up. When I first played Viper, I was like, wow, this is amazing. this isn't even fair if you play it correctly. Like,
it's the fact she's good on attack and defense.
But this is what I mean. Like, as Toni picks out as well, the global wall. I mean, as I said, I was learning as I was going along. I was just like, wow, you can literally shut off like, say, a B and half of a C on what map is it? On a Haven, all the way from A. If you stand in the right correct, I was like, this is crazy. But she's just so viable again on so many maps. But like, yeah, I'm not even going to add to anything. I agree. And A, and she probably even sneak in the S. But I'd say A. That's not even a question. Man, Reyna.
She's hot. we can say that first. We can get that out of the way right now, right here, right now. If you're talking about solo queue, she's great. She can do a lot by herself, so she's actually perfect. If I'm by myself, I don't feel like interacting with the team. Pick a bit of Reyna. You can stop people from seeing you. You can go. I like the little dash. I don't know. I don't know if she's in, like, I don't know the purple thing.
Oh, the dismissed. Yeah.
Sure. I am loving the glasses.
I mean, I was gonna say they're changing outrageous. What? Oh my! Wait, stop. That's your one S tier.
Yep.
Wow.
Solo queue S tier.
Yeah, I would agree. She's really good. She can do everything.
When you say solo queue, I can't disagree, but okay. I'll go.
The blind has one of the most annoying hitboxes in the game. She's the only agent that is able to heal up to 150 in a pistol round.
Yep, that's also true.
She gets basically 2 free trades, either by escaping with her dismiss or healing back up after the trade with her heal. And there is no better ult to clutch a game, or to clutch a round rather, than hers. S tier. The only thing you need to make Reyna work is aim.
Yep, I learned that when I played. I was like, okay, I'm learning aim. That was the best game.
If you don't get your kills, you're useless. Full stop. There's nothing else to say. But if you just think of, okay, we have a very good player who's going into the game. I don't know, thousands of hours in CS:GO and Siege, whatever. Comes into the game, the aim is there. It's S tier. There's nothing you can do about it.
The util is so simple as well. Like you said, once you can just it's pretty simple. Just put a blind in the air. You're gonna blind people for a considerable amount of time. If you can't hit at least 2 of those, then something's up.
You're either gonna blind them, or the least you're gonna do is get their aim out of their headshot height.
Yeah, very true.
Because you're gonna pop it high, you're gonna pop it low, whatever. People are gonna have to adjust their aim to shoot the damn thing, which is gonna stay there for what, 3 seconds or whatever it is. S tier.
That is so annoying when it just appears.
I would agree.
Yeah, when you put it that way, I can't disagree in any way, shape, or form. I'm not gonna lie. for me, what Killjoy can do as a sentinel still, Toni. I'm gonna say this was my mate. I can't. But as a sentinel, she's broken. Still, even with the nerfs, I think she's still broken. I mean, the fact she can lurk, she can put down the butt, and that can pick up intel immediately. And then the ult already, I mean, everyone knows how to play the ult now, of course, but it still comes in viable because if you use it, it gives that fear factor, I'd like to say, to at least shake up a team, make them back up, not just like play the site. So for me, I feel she does everything. And if you have aim, you're broken. You're broken as KJ, I feel, because you can just lurk and just, okay, 1 pop, 2 pop, there we go. Now, intel, pick back up your intel may I add, and just wait. So for me, that's my argument to the dev. I think she's there still. Sentinel, no one's touching her. And I still think they won't touch her for a while. And they could nerf her again. That's just my opinion.
The only input I have to say here, I'm losing my voice, is that I play Killjoy for splits. Okay. But I also hate every second of it because her voice lines are the most irritating ones in the game. If there is a Killjoy in casual, I will just choose to. I will turn it off. It's just not the thing you want to be hearing. It's just,
as a German, I can tell you, Killjoy has the most cringe voice lines in the game.
They are the worst. They're the worst in the game.
Just keep laughing as you use all my gear.
I mean,
every time there's a Killjoy on the team, I'm just like, oh my god, oh no. But okay, I can I mean, just for the voice lines alone, she's in D for me. But I do recognize that she has good util because I do even force myself to play her every once in a while. But I can, so I'll go with an A as long as it's like not before Viper.
Sky, how do you feel?
Gutted after the nerfs, after the latest nerfs.
Yeah,
she still has very potent flashes. Yeah. She still has one of the strongest heals in the game because it's like, if you tank a raise nade, her heal just annihilates the raise nade if people don't die. A strong ultimate, of course, with the 3 Seekers, but she's like not self-sufficient. There's nothing you can do after the nerfs. There is no way you can pop flash anymore. The dog needs to have someone behind the dog, and it cannot be you because you are controlling the dog. So she's so self-sufficient from the team. I've put her in C tier.
Yeah, I also put her in C.
In a context of solo queue. Yeah, once more, because I feel like she can be very, very strong if you're pushing behind the dog, if you're pushing behind the cabbages, if you're swinging behind the flashes. But the fact that she's always standing still during all of this, or like doing most of it, C tier for me.
I agree. Sadly, I found out all of what you said. Like, it was 2 days ago, playing Sky, and the fact you can't pop flash, and just the non-mobility, like obviously that was always there, but the flashes is what made Sky just like boom there. You should pick everyone up like that. It's just not there anymore. I flashed, I got killed. No one flashed. I was like, wait a minute, what happened?
There's also a thing. The flashes are kind of slow and very loud. They're like very
but it was never an
issue.
And
fairly easy to dodge.
Because as you said, it like before it was a pop flash, so you always knew you were gonna make that swing initially. But now it just feels like there's just nothing there. Because every time I swung, I was dead. It's like everyone just staring right at me. So I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, oh, you know she got nerfed, right? I'm like, really? I didn't know that. It's like,
yeah, there's this little bar in the flash thing.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even notice until he mentioned that. So yeah, it is sad to see because I was a fan of Sky and I would have put higher, but on this occasion, yeah, I didn't.
Oh, I'm curious for your opinions on this one now.
And this is Jan.
This is Foot Guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you just say this is Foot Guy?
Huh? Okay,
he got
I have no
reworked,
clue.
and it's a full flashed clone that walks along, and if you shoot it, it turns towards you and flashes you.
Yeah. Yaru, yeah, for me, I think he's one of the strongest, if not looking at it at the moment, strongest still of a duelist. If played, I have to say it, played correctly. But as we were mentioning solo queue, definitely you can play Yaru. on a solo queue easily. I mean, his flashes. Once you understand the trajectory of them, yes, it's very, because a lot of people don't realize you hit the floor, it goes up, it's still gonna be your eye line. Make sure you hit something where it's gonna go the opposite direction, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been there and it's not good. Yes,
Been there, done
yes,
that.
yes, I've got them 4K. No, you don't. You're dead. All because of a damn flash that you premeditated was gonna do the greatest thing ever. But yeah, that plus his teleport. Saying that, I mean, when I say his teleport, it's not because everyone understands what it does now, but the fact you can fake it, you can always. I mean, I like to almost like bait with sound and pretend like I'm gonna try, teleport there, and then in a sense just walk out. Well, obviously, if someone plays smoke, of course, and then you catch them off guard in that case, and then he's I think in a lot of cases, I was surprised they didn't kind of calling a intel in a certain way. That might sound crazy on the basis of his ult, because my word, the amount of intel you can pick up with a Yoru ult within 2 seconds, let alone 10, and the rest is crazy. So yeah, definitely for me, I feel he's a deserved A. I think he's the best duelist right now. I personally feel. Besides Jet, we're not even going to talk about Jet and Reyna because they're broken. We're talking about solos, but on the basis of team comp 2, so definitely.
I have one problem with Yoru though.
Go ahead.
In combat, his teleport feels clunky as hell. If you compare it to a chamber teleport, to a race dash, to a Reyna E, who are basically instantaneously.
Yeah.
You kill someone, you see the other person appear, you press your E button, and he's like,
yeah, it's like,
I don't know. It feels like it takes 10 minutes to take it to get back to your TP.
Hence why.
That's why I cannot put him in A tier. That's why I put him in B.
I had him in B as well. If that means anything.
No, that makes sense. But I don't know. I don't use his teleport as an attack. I should, but I don't. I use it as more of a confusion. How do you feel about Astra? I think it's Jan leading this one.
Yeah. So I do not have Astra for the reason that I just do not find her. I have played against her a few times, and each time I just feel it's good that she can block off complete lines of sight. I can't. Oh god, now I'm gonna have to try. Which is the one which is underwater? You know, the map which is
Harbour.
like a whale.
Oh.
Pearl.
Yeah.
That is, I think, the site that I see as a very casual player. I've already forgot her name, Astra, the most. I like when she does that big slice, but for me, she's a D tier.
Wow, for solo.
I just don't think she contributes that much at all, really. So she's been between B and always been a D.
Do you want to take your turn first?
I can sense the disagreement from here.
She has one of the strongest ult in the game. But after her nerfs, after she went down from 5 to 4 stars, after that's 4 abilities she can use in the entire round. I mean, there is an argument to be made that recalling the stars, like the short duration smokes, is an ability in itself. So, but she just feels so useless.
She is in solo play.
And then again, and then there is this legendary meme: if you're playing Astra, you might also play StarCraft.
Oh wow, okay. Oh damn. I mean, no one told you where, no one you smoke. You smoke the right places. People moan because they just go search for kills. So, from both perspectives, I have to be honest on the sense of solo play. Yeah, she's not viable. She's really not viable. So, I'll be fair, sadly, but she's a D. She's a D.
I would put her C tier.
You put C?
Oh.
Okay.
In the context, because we put Sky into C tier because she was so reliable on the team.
True.
And a good Astra can still be very annoying. You need to put the work into. Yes. You need to understand the kit. You need to be proactive communicating with your team. You need to force the communication.
You play it out. KO.
Getting to the twerking robot.
I love this guy. I'm just gonna say from the start out, I love this guy. I'll look straight down the middle. I'll take off my glasses. I love this guy. So,
I think I have three or four maps where basically Insta-lock KO.
You may. I love this guy. This guy, I don't care what anyone says, pro, solo, anything. He needs to be in every comp. I'm telling you, like, he does so much. I'm just saying that.
He gets info. He just straight up counters both S tier agents.
Crazy.
There's no better feeling than hearing the voice line, watch this, and being like, no.
Exactly that. Oh my word. It's crazy.
He is the most self-sufficient flasher in the game, I think. Maybe besides Reyna. Her ult, if you get traded, is a free side take. You just like be like Maniac, you get the Brimstim included, you be like, send it. Leroy Jenkins, let's go.
That's it.
Anything else? Nah.
I gotta say that I absolutely love the fact, again, as a Siege player, that he has an actual flashbang. We love to see that.
I was gonna say there we go.
An actual flashbang. It makes sense, and there's nothing I hate more but respect than when I'm suddenly suppressed and I can't figure out why. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
KO's amazing. Like, once you understand. The only thing that may be difficult for certain people is he's, again, I mentioned in the word and trajectory of flashes, because obviously you have two distances, and obviously you have that with a lot of people, but with his flash, I realized very quickly, like, obviously the long distance throw, it takes obviously it takes that bit longer because it's got to fall down, etc. But the short distance, it can be deadly. Obviously, as you say, we all say a hard push. if you short distance that flash, you can take out everyone. Chamber.
My boy.
This is why I said.
I wish there was an F tier.
I mean,
he's awful.
Yeah, I mean, Jan
awful.
You mentioned useless, and I'm sure Jan did of an F tier and a useless tier. I said, you know what? I can't actually say that, because if you still get a good chamber, like a die-hard chamber main, they've still gone crazy in games I've played. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He still does his thing, but I think on a and we're talking about solo play again, so I have to be honest. I mean, the fact he has pretty much a sheriff in his util, he has an up in his util, he has teleportation in his util. All of that has been nerfed in many ways, but if you know your boy, honestly, I still think you can drop good games with this guy. But me personal note, I've never played Chamber. I don't ever consider playing Chamber. But as a good friend of mine here, called Toni, has played Chamber, I'm sure he still sees a use for Chamber. And as I've said, I've played with good Chambers. They still do a job if they're good, may I add. I'm gonna be horrible. I'm not saying no names. You know who you are. But if you let any good Chambers, like, yeah, I still think you can do a job. So
the thing for me with Chamber is that when they nerfed him for the first time before the big nerfs, they took away his trademarks and gave his trademarks like his little trap things. They took away one of them and they gave them a range similar to Killjoy utility.
Yeah.
That didn't help because that wasn't the stuff that made him busted.
True.
Then they properly gutted him and they didn't give him back his trademark. They didn't give him back that global range. His op feels so clunky now.
Yeah, I heard
unbelievable. The time you need to get the second shot out of your operator, out of your ultimate, is... I played him after the nerfs, and I really like the teleport nerfs, by the way. I think those are great changes. Because this like 2 anchors set up, it's like completely busted. I really like this thing. I really like the fact that they made his teleport, if you break it, you don't get it back for the entire round.
Yeah, that's good.
His deagle is still very, very strong, and not having to buy a deagle for an eco round or as a backup gun, very, very strong. You still have the right click of your classic, and you have a long range deagle with it.
Broken.
But he's so clunky, and the fact that he's not getting his Sentinel tools back, or hasn't gotten his Sentinel tools back, it's a C tier.
I don't think he's a sensible anymore. In a sense of holding down with.
He has never been. After the first set of nerfs where they took away the trademark, he has never been essential.
I don't think so. I've been saying this to myself so many times, but I don't even think he's essential. They need to change him because he just doesn't
As a
make sense.
casual player, the kind of chambers I see and that I am myself suck.
Oh,
I have played Chamber a whole 3
Yeah.
times and I am regretting the fact I ever unlocked him. I just think the only thing he's good for is for ecoing in a team. But again, like solo queue, at least in the experience I've had, it's just a lot of this. You hear a lot of sounds of shots whizzing past you, but then a lot of misses. So he for me, if we're gonna put him in C, it'd be a low C, I'd say.
Neon. Neon. Now, I always have a story time, so like, you're gonna get used to this. Neon's fun, and we're talking about solo play. So if you've had a long day at work, you just want to pick up a few games, play Neon. But if you are playing for a team and you've got people that want to warm up, they actually want to play some games, they want to get a couple wins under their belt, don't play Neon. If you are terrible and you have, as Toni says, no aim, and I mean on your ult as well, which is broken. So how you miss, I don't know. But don't play Neon because util can be very useful, but overall everyone's kind of understood that. Once you see Neon on the opposite team, you know what's going to happen. You're going to hear these clunky steps. They're going to try slide at you. Going to try and just outwork you with movement. Now, if you're comfortable with your aim, most of the time you're going to come out on top. If you're not, you're going to lose a lot of times. So honestly, I feel it comes down to you as the person playing against Neon. Now, for playing Neon, again, just understand, use her movement as kind of almost like a teleportation. We'll use the word. I'd say she's probably a C tier again. Probably maybe a mid C tier because again, we're going for the we gotta be honest. Sky has been nerfed to the ground. I feel personally, Astra, a fireball around.
I have 2 arguments though.
Okay.
With the map pool as it is right now, and we're having a lot of big maps in with Lotus, with Pearl, with Haven. I feel she's fairly strong just for the sake of the speed of her rotations.
So yeah, make sure you make use of her movement. How could I forget the stuns? I forget how much ground the stuns.
That's the last thing that I wanted to throw in. Specifically, the stuns do not have a vertical limit.
No, that's crazy.
The stuns have unlimited vertical range, and are actually fairly fast, which kind of fits the kit. That's why I put her in B tier. For me, she's like, it's a similar thing as with Phoenix, where it's like, she's very straightforward. That's why many people like misuse her because they don't understand what the strengths are. But once you've like understood them and can use those strengths, it becomes very hard to play against.
But that ultimate as well is insane. So I would say B is a good place for her. B is a good place.
I'll be going high B. We're going high B.
Low B. Low B for me. She's under Phoenix for me.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I agree. Okay. Now Fade.
I think she's one of the strongest info kits in the game.
Yeah.
Like, her eye is extremely potent. Her prowlers, either with the hunt, with the eye beforehand, or without the hunt. Both options are very strong. Very strong to kill corners. Basically a Sky doggy on steroids and like twice without range if you like hit the trail. And you also still see your own character.
Very true.
The ult is basically a guaranteed take. Either side take or side retake. But then again, she requires the team. She still needs someone else to follow up. You can throw your util in, you can enable your Jet, you can enable your Reyna, you can enable your KO, whatever. But you're never going to be the first one on site, so it's A tier, high A tier for me.
I can agree with that. You want to add anything to that, Joe?
Yep, I know I have her an A too. I absolutely love her. I think she's great. Have I unlocked her yet though? No. do I love?
I just like looking at her.
I just like it, you know. So yeah, no, she's got the aesthetic, she's got the gameplay, and I also just hate playing against her. So she ticks all boxes, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Harbour. Oh gosh. See
I have him at a low B because I like his little circles of shootiness, anti-shootiness.
Hey, what?
And those are good, and I just think that, especially in casual, the fact that I can just sort of flood people, it's just waterboarding people in casuals, you know, like that's always going to be quite fun. So, but at the same time, it's never someone I would actually want to play myself. But so it's fun, but not great. So I played him at a low B.
I feel he's viable. The fact his wall can stretch as far as it can and can clear so many. I mean block off so many entrances. For instance, Lotus now, if you use Harbour correctly, and his wall, oh my word. The fact you can just block up an entrance for your team, but then obviously give them the confidence to likely always have did you say balls of shootiness?
Balls of anti-shootiness. Yes, we love them.
Yes. We look at the game. We're not talking crazy. Look, she's right. Balls of anti-shootiness. When you
But yeah, I'm fine with B tier, but I've put him like under him in B tier, low B tier, maybe even lowest B tier.
So, Gecko.
I love Wingman. Wingman is just Roomba on steroids. And he looks cute while he does it.
Very true. You don't want to shoot him.
That is engaging.
You don't want to shoot him. You do not want to shoot him. But you have to.
Whoever shoots guys, every one of you watching this, if you ever dare to shoot a Wingman,
oh wow, hold it down.
You have problems.
It's gonna come for you. You're gonna.
I don't know what you're talking about. I did not do that the last time I played. No, but I feel.
Jokes aside, I think his util is way too loud. Specifically, his flash is dizzy. It's just so telegraphed, so easy to shoot. But he does have basically no cooldowns. Like he gets a 10-second cooldown on a Wingman and Dizzy after using them. So that's kind of strong. I feel like his mosh pit, his Molotov ability, takes way too long. It just gets most of the times very useless.
To blow up.
Like it clears the angle, yes, because it's gonna kill you if you're standing in there. But it's very rarely that you, other than clearing the position, you're gonna achieve anything with it.
Very true.
On the other hand, his ultimate and the fact that you have it twice per round and that it's like speed level of Neon and it has 200 HP.
It's crazy.
And it's a portable Killjoy ultimate.
Yes.
Buzzing.
He's broken. I think he's broken. I still feel if in the hands of a good Gecko player, and I've played against a few, and I've played with 1 and 2, he is broken at the moment. I think he's shaking up a lot of the game. A lot of people hate playing the game.
But I still can't put him in A tier. If I look at the other agents that we have in A tier, I cannot put him there.
Serious? Everything you said is very viable and very true. But even though Dizzy is very loud, his whole util is very loud. Funny you say that. Besides the ultimate, besides when it actually detains them, you only hear it when it's within the radius of probably in front of your face. if I'm being very honest. So, I mean, the day of his release, my brain was boggled. I came on, I was like, yeah, this is fun. Let's go. I was like, wait, whoa, what happened? I remember, like, you just got flashed. I was like, oh, okay. Before you know, and next thing you know, we meet our friend Thrash. Again, I didn't hear him until he was in front of me. And then I find out he has 200 health. I feel he's broken. And I watch a lot of people play him in high ranks. And when he's used correctly, I think it's crazy. Solo play, if you're just trying to play casually, I feel he's high.
I don't know. I'm still more scared of a Cypher than I am of a Gecko.
Is now when I say I had him at C tier.
Wow, really?
I do not find... I don't feel like... I think because he's too loud, every time that there's been a wingman planting or diffusing, it's so easy to kill. I have zero attachment to the animals, which I normally do in most games. No,
I agree.
I'm happy to
Now I
kill a
can talk.
wingman anytime I see him. They just I the fact that I think he's from California.
It's finished.
So
Got it,
much.
finished.
I don't like.
Finished. Oh, no. That's true. I agree.
I have him B tier underneath Cypher. And I stick what I just said. Like, I'm more afraid of a skilled Cypher than I am of a skilled Gecko.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I don't care where in B we put him, to be fair.
I think he's
Okay,
I think he's first B. Personally.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll accept that.
There we go.
Yeah.
That looks good. That looks good. I feel everyone's in their rightful places. Obviously, at least tiers. I mean, the top 3, everyone could do in one, at least one in every comp. They could fit in most comps as well. A, they're all viable. They're all useful. They all can do a job. B, you wouldn't mind having them on your team when used correctly. I'm always gonna say that. C, personally,
I'm not gonna want to push with. I'll push on the other side. I'll not go with them.
Yeah,
That's what C is for me.
Yeah, there we go. So you know what? That's a great way. See, they are viable, just differently. And D, well,
Don't. D is for don't.
make a bit of what you will. But yeah, I mean, that's our opinion. That's it. Really. You tell us what you think. Anyone else got anything else to add?
Well, I mean, all I'm going to say is this will be completely rearranged.
Subscribe. The links are down there in the description.
You heard him. Make
Hit
sure.
the little bell. I think that's it.